Dear students, production. Today we are going to learn about production. What is the meaning of the word production? Meaning means meaning in economics. What are the factors of production? Do you know them? What is a production function? We are going to learn all these basic concepts in detail. But we take only few minutes to learn all these things. You can save time and you can learn very fast. Are you ready?
Production. A carpenter makes furniture from raw wood. Raw wood is transformed into a new product. Furniture is more useful than raw wood. Then what is production? Is it creation of a physical product? Car, bike, computer? Can you produce a car? Man can neither produce a physical product nor can he destruct it. He can only change the form of a physical product. He can create utilities only. Production is the creation or addition of utility. Any activity that makes a product more useful is called production. Production adds to the utility of goods as well as services. Can you include services in the preview of production? A car is made more useful by adding a driver rendering his services. Teachers create utility by rendering their services. Yes, services are included in production. Production adds to the utility of goods as well as services. Utility is created or added. There are different types of utilities: form utility, place utility, time utility, personal utility, possession utility, knowledge utility. Production makes a product more useful. It is the creation or addition of utility. A carpenter makes furniture from raw wood. Furniture is more useful than raw wood. Raw wood is transformed into a new product. Form utility is created. Sand available in river. When sand is brought to the town, it becomes more useful as it can be used as a building material. Place utility is created. Sometimes there is time lag between the production and consumption. Such goods are stored when available in plenty and later released for consumption. Time utility is created. Utility can be added to the product by changing their possession. A computer is of little use to many. When you get it, it becomes very useful. Possession utility is created. A product becomes more useful when you come to know about its possible uses. A computer is not much useful to you until you learn how to use it for your advantages. We create knowledge utility to your computer. Teachers create utility by rendering their services. Service utility is created by doctors, lawyers. Factors of production. Anything that assists in the process of production is called factors of production. Anything that assists production. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Land and labor, nature and man. Land is the free gift of nature. Labor means all types of work done by man, physical or mental. Capital consists of those physical goods which are produced for use in future production. A country's capital is its stock of produced or man-made means of production. Buildings, factories, machinery, tools, equipment and inventories of goods in stock. All these are physical capital. What about human capital? Human capital is the stock of people equipped with education, skills, health, etc. Entrepreneur combines land, labor and capital in the right proportion and initiates the process of production. He is the organizer, the manager and the risk taker. Land. Land consists of all economic goods well supplied by nature, natural resources in their original state. What are the features? It is free gift of nature, law of diminishing returns, indestructible, immovable, passive, limited in supply. The land has been given a special meaning in economics. It does not mean soil. Land means and includes all the natural resources used in production process. Land is subject to law of diminishing returns. The continuous cultivation of the land may result in diminishing yield from the land. Land. Land consists of all economic goods well supplied by nature, natural resources in their original state. What are the features? It is free gift of nature, law of diminishing returns, indestructible, immovable, passive, limited in supply. The land has been given a special meaning in economics. It does not mean soil. Land means and includes all the natural resources used in production process. Land is subject to law of diminishing returns. The continuous cultivation of the land may result in diminishing yield from the land. Labor. Any work, whether manual or mental, undertaken for a monetary consideration. What are the features? Inseparable from the laborer, laborer sells his labor power, perishable, less bargaining power, labor power differs, efficiency can be increased, less mobile. Land and capital are material factors of production. Labor is a human factor. It has a human element in it. What is important, the size of the labor force or its quality? The contribution of labor to the national product and income depends on its quality. By quality of labor we mean how much productive it is. What is the level of productivity? What are the characteristics of labor? Labor cannot be separated from the laborer. Capital, the part of wealth which is used in the process of producing further wealth. All the capital is wealth, but all the wealth is not capital. Money which is available for investment and productive purposes has been called money capital or financial capital. But money capital is not the real capital. The real capital consists of machinery, tools, factories, etc., which directly assist in the production of goods. Securities, bonds, shares, debentures do not represent real capital. They represent only titles of ownership. They are not factors of production. Capital is produced means of production. Entrepreneur, who initiates the process of production and bears the risk involved in it. Planning, organizing, risk-bearing, innovations. The first function of an entrepreneur is to plan and initiate business enterprise. He has to collect different factors of production: labor, capital, land, or factory building. He brings coordination in all these resources. All the decisions are taken by the entrepreneur and he is responsible for his decisions. The task of entrepreneur is to continuously introduce new innovations, new production methods, utilization of new source of raw materials, adoption of new forms of organization, introduction of new products, quality improvements, discovering new markets. Innovations are cost reducing or demand creating in nature. There is always uncertainty attached to new innovations. They may bring profit or they may fail. If they prove successful, it will be imitated by others. The innovations may yield profits for the entrepreneur for some time, but it is widely adopted by others, the profits would disappear. But the entrepreneur will introduce new innovations to make profits. Production function. Production is a transformation of physical inputs into physical output. The output is a function of inputs. The functional relationship between physical inputs and physical output of a firm is known as production function. Production function expresses a flow of inputs resulting in a flow of output in a specific period of time. Production function of a firm is determined by the state of technology. When the technology advances, the production function changes. Laws of production. Law of variable productions or law of returns. Law of returns to scale. Two types of production functions. 1. Quantities of some inputs, say capital and land, are kept constant. Quantity of one input, say labor, or quantities of a few inputs is varied. This kind of production function is called short-run production function. Q is equal to a function of L and K bar. The study of short-run production is the subject matter of the law of diminishing returns, which is also called the law of variable proportions. 2. We study production function input-output relation by varying all inputs. This is called long-run production function. Q is equal to a function of LKM. This forms the subject matter of the law of returns to scale.
Let us conclude with 4 points. 4 points to remember. Point 1. Production is the creation or addition of utility. Production is the creation or addition of utility. Point 2. Anything that assists production are called factors of production. Anything that assists production are called factors of production. Point 3. What are factors of production? They are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Factors of production are 1. Land, 2. Labor, 3. Capital, 4. Entrepreneur. Point 4. Production function is the relationship between input and output. Production function is the relationship between input and output.